Hello, and welcome to our playthrough of Dune Awakening, focusing on single-player content and story content, and now let's head into our episode. Hello, welcome back to our playthrough of Dune. We finished the story stuff to the point of recording. Everything main story related at time of recording that was out. This is September of 2025, so we only have out till chapter 2. So we did main story stuff all the way up to chapter 2. We are now going to explore the deep desert and figure out how this works. Now, I brought this survey probe along because I want to know how this works. Oh shit, even the taxi service can move? Okay. So we're gonna try to get to the top of that over there. And I'll pop a scanner right away. I don't think... See, like, I appreciate the idea of sync charts, but they're only good for a week. Oh. Got a little issue there. Do a little flying like this. And I just want to figure out how the deep desert works. Shit. Alright, before we use up too much fuel. There we go. Yeah. Skills. Oh, I am going to equip this. There it is. Look, now we got range enough to get up here. Alright. So I don't know... Yeah, we're not popping that here. I don't know how this is gonna work. And I am curious. Okay. So how much it does... Oh! So only a sector, right? Okay, so if I want to explore this sector, right? If I want to trigger... Alright. Oh, bullshit. There should be plenty... There it is. Plenty of room. Yeah. So, new hidden sector. little too high. Yeah, right there. Yeah, so new sector. So let's see if this works the way I think it does. Yes! Oh. So you can't which is fine. So we can't uncover the entire desert. Which is fine. Makes sense. Forces you to explore. Right? So again, it's ooh! Theoretically, there's a way to head out here, right? Do. Yep. One, two, three, 5. Right. Like, pop this sector. There's got to be a far north, right? Okay. Interesting. Spice blow. It's not going to be any flower sand out here. Theoretically, there's plastinium and Landsrad stuff out here. Interesting. And worms. Oh, looks like someone built a base. Alright, so we hit another hidden sector. A PvP zone. Okay, so I do have to be careful of PvP. Oh, there is flower sand out here. I guess there would have to be, huh? Because otherwise you're just running back to Haga Basin to... what's the word I want? Get flower sand you might need here. Alright. Right. So, oh, I saw that. So we in this sector we've uncovered a control point, and over here is a testing station. So, right? So there is a world where you go out and you find all this stuff, and then make sync charts of these sectors to then sell on the open market. The problem is these charts are only good for a week. And then you have to do it all over again. And it is very time consuming. We need to get off of this. Another spice blow, huh? There we go. Really? I argue there is. Right, we do have to worry about worm sign. We saw spice blow. There it is. In this direction. So yeah, all the deep desert is, essentially, right, is a self-regenerating exploration map where it is randomly generated every week. And they said there's something like 2 or 3 billion possible combinations, because it just pulls from, like, here's a deck of cards. Here's 100,000 cards that make up each sector. Put them together and reshuffle and so on and so forth. Yeah. And it just reshuffles every week. It's not going to be like, ooh. It's not going to be, what's the word I want? The variation is in what pops up where, not with what is in the desert, if that makes sense. I need better. Yeah, you in the deep desert, you have to have full still suits. Is that water? That looks like water. That's gotta be a, what's the word I want? Mirage. That is not a mirage. That is a spice vehicle. And this is an assault, and that's what a harvester looks like. Huh. Yeah, okay. That was a mirage.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Oh, in 8 minutes. Oh, bollocks. Where to go from here? I guess this way? We can head out that way. Or see what that flat area is over there. Yeah, so it's just flying around, finding points of interest. Zone change. Huh? Yeah, red means PvP, so I do have to be careful. Oh, there's a little
Sector
spice.
weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
There's a wreck. I don't think that's quicksand. Yeah. There you go, that's plenty. You are heading this direction, I think. That looks like a wreck.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Let's head to those caves over there, maybe? Yeah, you literally just fly around the deep desert and look for points of interest. Okay. It can't be a Coriolis storm. The Coriolis storm is the big storm that resets the desert. That already happened. And it would be saying, hey, a Coriolis sand
A large sandstorm is approaching.
is approaching, not just a large sandstorm. So I am curious, is this high enough?
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Yes. Okay. So I don't have to be as high as I think I do to trigger this. So copper is useful too then. Okay. We will drop down here. This looks like an ambush point. I'm not gonna lie. That would be a good place for a temporary base.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
That was either a spice blow or something came in and crashed. One of the two. We are... yeah, this would be a real good spot for a base, honestly. Even if your shield goes down, this counts as enclosed. So the Coriolis storm is the only thing that would shred it. Again, it shouldn't be the Coriolis storm. Yeah, so there's no point of interest here. So there is a thing of, well, what is the ratio, right, of point of interest? Well, I guess you can also do it resources as well, right? What do we got for resources?
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
There should be a way. Okay, so hold on. So the resources here, if we're looking at this, is a stravidium mass, titanium ore, basalt stone. So high-end stuff I've never seen before. No idea what it's used for. As well as flour sand, salvage metal, and fuel cells. Okay. We do count as enclosed here, so we should be fine. But just to be safe, so I think it's sweeping in this direction.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
So just to be safe, we'll poke our nose in here. And the sandstorm should hit. We should be fine. It's, again, it should not. If it's the Coriolis storm, I'm boned. I'm gonna lose everything. But it shouldn't be the Coriolis storm. That would have happened 2 days prior. That is the. Well, I think in America it's the Wednesday at like 2 or 3 in the morning, sort of thing. But like, so for us, like Tuesday, early Tuesday, late Tuesday evening, early Tuesday morning. This is just a sandstorm that's blowing through. I don't know. Yeah, here it comes.
Sector weather alert.
If it will
A large
reset the
sandstorm is approaching.
sectors. No. Or exactly how this is going to work. Not yet. I hit M. Yeah, it's just gonna blow through. This is a Category 3 storm. So I assume that means it's large and very destructive. Which is why I picked where I did. Oh yeah, it's big. Alright, so the map doesn't change, it's just probably resetting. What's the word I want? The flour sand and spice and things like that. So, yeah, it didn't reset things. It just probably ooh, spice blow. Like flour sand was probably moved around, obviously. Spice patches were probably wiped and reset. That sort of thing. But the map as a whole does not reset. Oh, for like 5 or 6 days from time of recording. So can I fly into this? Yes. So we missed the blow. But right? I can sit here and grab slowly, mind you, because a harvester, the way I can only grab the top sand. What a harvester will do, right, is grab, like, if we had a harvester, we can go back and forth a number of times and grab like 40,000 sand, sort of thing. Okay, maybe not that many. Like, you know, I might max get, I don't know. Yeah. Oh, how high is this stack? I thought 1,000. Okay. No. Uh-oh. Time to go! Yeah, if it's that close, it's heading my way. Okay. Well, I want to go this way. I got plenty of fuel. Got plenty of time. But like, I might be able to grab, I'll say 2,000 or 3,000. Wrong thing. Yeah, right? From a single patch. Whereas a harvester can grab 10 or 20, and the way it grabs it is it's not getting just the surface sand, it's getting like all the sand below it that has spikes. Because there's and I'm making up numbers here. Despite what we see, there is miles of sand below what we see that has spice in it. And the harvester is designed to grab from the top as deep as it can go and get that sand. I am a single person. This will net me sorry. F. There's it's 100 to 1, right? So, and the more efficient I get, the more sand, the more spice melange and residue I get from it. So, you know, as a single person, you know, like I said, I might want to explore the deep desert for a little while, but like, there's really nothing keeping me going. Does that make sense? Other than my own will to go. There's no, it's not like there's raid bosses out here or anything like that. It's not like, there's, you know, there's randomized testing stations and randomized wrecks, and maybe randomized gang headquarters? Maybe? But it's not like, ooh, right? This isn't an MMO. It's a survival game. And honestly, I don't think he could make Dune into an MMO. It just doesn't have the... It doesn't... There's no aliens. There's no, you know, mutant species or anything like that. I just want to see how far north we can go. Like I said, I would like to get to whatever that is, but that may not be get-toable. There's really nothing to do there. But potentially, you could take what you learn here, right? And maybe make the world's first survival MMO in a fantasy or softer sci-fi setting. A hard sci-fi setting is this. There's only humans, right? There are hard rules that make sense within that universe. Star Wars and Star Trek I would count as softer sci-fi because, like, they have rules, but they break those rules all the time. There's multiple alien species, right? You can make something like that. So, I don't know. Oh, we're at the top. Yeah, so I may not be able to get to whatever that is. Because that may be technically off the map. Yeah, so that's technically off the map. Okay. Good to know. Then that one we might be able to get to. Let's head east. No, that's going to be off the map as well. And they could expand the deep desert very easily. Yeah, we went plenty east. So yeah, you know what? I'm not sure there's enough to show. Like, you know, I can get spice. I can show off a bunch of stuff we've seen before. But yeah, I think that is a good showcase of the deep desert. I need to check on my mother-in-law room. So let me park the vehicle over here. Just so I don't, like, get eaten by a worm accidentally because I'm off doing something. It's only been 35 minutes? Jeez, it felt like an hour to me. Alright, hold on. Let me go. We should be... storms I'm not worried about here. I can't park you. We're gonna stay there. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. All right, I am back. So, but here we see the limit of the game, right? Well, I'm a single player. All I really care about is the story. Many Jesuit training, right? What is the spice blow? Oh, it's in there. So I have to leave this here. Yeah, I admit I was out. So there's Rex, 2-8. Let me get some drinkies. There's Forgotten Cave. There's Rex. Okay. Can I get a... We're about to get rushed, I would imagine. Yeah, there he is. Oh, shit. That is a lot of them. And a flamethrower. Holy shnikes, I'm doing no damage. Oh. Oh. Got one. Alright. Try to avoid the flames. Oh no! I'm on fire! That's bad! Okay. Yeah! Wow! They do not make this worth it at all. Nope, that's a whiff. Alright, dead. Oh. Wow, it took so much to kill them. I do no damage at all. That's frightening. I mean, it could be because we're so deep in the desert. plasteel plate, I'll grab that. Don't need really anything else in there. Oop, drop this. That's a thing. Yeah, that was not worth it at all. I mean, maybe the plasteel stuff is worth it, but again, I am not going to spend enough time bopping around out here to justify oh, that is the wrong. Okay, this one. There it is. I'm not going to spend enough time out here to justify farming that. More spice blow. What is that? Is that just a rock? Ah, just a rock. What is this? Inventory. Can I cut it? Not effective for mining. So, I need a better cutter array to hack whatever it's Stravidium. Interesting. Whatever it's the Stravidium maps. Alright. Well, what is... Is this also Stravidium? Now we know what Stravidium looks like. Nope. Need something better for titanium as well. So yeah. I need whatever the next step up is. Hold on. I have a Mark IV. Mark III, Mark IV. Oh! Oh, I haven't made a Mark V yet. Okay. So I still need to make a Mark V, which is thermoelectric coolers. Which is... crash sites. So, like, I might be able to get up to... Type 5. Yeah, and I guess you literally just fly around looking for stuff to do, which, you know, makes sense. Bring, I don't know, 15 or 20 globes, craft everything for a week, you know, scan everything you can for a week. Like I said, the idea of like, oh yeah, great, I'll be a scout, I'll go out, I'll scan sectors, and I'll go back and I'll sell what I have found is good, but I don't think because of the inherent way this game is designed, sorry, I don't think it works too well. Because like I said, there's there's really not a lot of reason to do outside of PvP. It's like, okay, great, I guess. Real quick. Like I said, I'm a story person. There's no reason for me to come to the deep desert now. Other than curiosity. Yeah, nothing here. If I had to guess... Oh, there's quite a few squares. So you might need a stack of 50. Let's head to the Spice Blow. And there's another one over there. Alright, Spice Blow in front of us, Spice Blow to the right, Spice Blow to the northwest. Right? But there's... Again, game's great for... Actually really good for story and single-player content. Late game multiplayer content? Not a lot to do, but I don't know... where, like, how you would entice people to get out here outside of them just wanting to. It's a smaller Spice Blow. I heard it. All right. Six. Usually about the best we can do. Yeah, see, it regenerates slowly over time, so a spice harvester can sit here for like get a ton. Over the course of like 10-15 minutes, a literal almost ton. Whereas the most I can manage, you know, is... Yeah, see, I'm capped in spice already. You know, the harvester can hold 10, 20,000. Let's... map. What are we closest to? Let's just go... east? On fuel. So other than spice, And maybe I do need an assault doctor, just because it holds more. It's slower than a scout, significantly. But it holds more, so I can run out here. Well, I don't know, 2,500. Maybe not. It is, like I said, as a single player, endgame content is a bit iffy. But even like if I were in a guild, it's like, okay. Other than that loop, which is admittedly, for me, a satisfying loop. Or it feels that way of like, yeah, great, I'm harvesting spice, that feels good. You know, I'm using it for stuff, that feels good. Five. Right? There's no PvP, which I personally would never engage in. As a largely, mostly PvE player, solo player at that, there's no reason for me to go to the deep desert or partake in the end game content, or at least not a lot. Like I said, I feel like if we were to look here, yeah, Dura Aluminum is about the highest I can go. I don't think I can push Mark 6s or Omni-Static Compact, but I think Dura Aluminum, I feel like I could get to. As far as like, alright, you know, tier 5 cutter array, finding the static compactor unique thing and farming a few of those. Like, there is stuff to do. I guess, yeah, there's no reason to get up to Plastinium to do the guild stuff, that sort of thing. I should be hitting it relatively soon. The wall. So I'm not sure where it'll bump us out. I know there's a south entrance and a north entrance. I'm trying to see if there's an east entrance. No. So we can only go in from the north or south. Okay, fair enough. Let's head to the south. But yeah, that's pretty much the deep desert, right? There we go. Right about there. And what it holds with regards to things like I said, there's wrecks I can find, there's research stations I can find, there's hidden caves I can find. Well, that's up. This is down. I always forget what's what. Let's see. Points of interest, deep desert. Let's see if I'm missing anything. Yeah, there's caves, wrecks. And if I want the wrecks, right, there it's a 9. Hold on. Yeah, it's a 9x9 grid, right? And there's the South Deep Desert. Oh shit. I can go online. If I'm looking at this correctly. Oh, sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Yeah. Dude, you can go online, method.gg /Dune-Awakening /Deep-Desert-Companion. And at the start of every week, they update a deep desert map with all the points of interest. The southern half of the deep desert, PvE. The northern half, PvP. So if there's no reason to scout for scouts to exist, right? I appreciate this skill. The cartographer. It's pointless because there is a resource online that will show it for you on a weekly basis. Now, it is loaded up with ads and that sort of thing. I feel I have to point that out. But like at C7, which, let's see. Jesus. Right? This should be A8, B, C, 7. Boom. Buried testing station. According to this map, that's exactly where it should be. So, yeah. Unfortunately, in this modern age, while the idea of, hey, go out and scout and make money off it is appreciated, you can't, because this is updated for 23rd of September to the 30th of September. So on October 1st, which I think is next Wednesday, or close to it, this website is going to auto-upload a map of the deep desert that is that deep desert for the week. So if you, here's testing sites, here's crash wrecks, here's that sort of thing. And it looks like the only reason to go into the deep desert, so now we're in the southern half, essentially is for the PvE and the spice. And it looks like they put most of the spice from what we could see in the northern desert, which is fine. But at only 60 players a server, and at maybe at any given time, unless your server is particularly busy, assume there's only 15 people on a given server at a time. Now, I don't know if this is true, but my understanding is, if it isn't true, they need to make it this way. Again, I don't know if this is true. But 3, 4, 5. We are on the anomaly server, Nadir. What do they call it? Sharp Siege, right? So for the deep, right, and there are tens. I'm gonna again make up numbers here, and I'm probably wrong here. We'll say 20 sieges, right? Which is essentially a server. Oh, I want to call them a fin or a blade, something like that, right? If the anomaly is the giant server, hey, this is like a group of servers. Each server, blade, slice, whatever, is the Citro. My understanding, and I could be completely wrong, is that the single-player PvE portion locked to 60 players at a given time, which means on our Nadir Siege Haga Basin map, there might be 15 players online at any given time, assuming it is maxed, right? That there are 60 players in Nadir. The Deep Desert, and again, if it does not work this way, I believe it does work it, but if it doesn't, this is how it should work. The Deep Desert should combine all those 60 servers, right? 20 times 60. Potentially, there could be 1,200 people in a Deep Desert, which means at a given time, 120. I don't think, I think it works that way, or I thought it worked that way, but after flying around here, I don't think it works that way, and that is the way they should make it work. Alright? Each siege is capped out at 60. Each server, so the anomaly, region, we'll call it region, right? Each region is capped out at 1,200. The Haga Basin, Arrakis, Harko Village, that PvE single-player section, locked to sieges, that sort of thing. The Deep Desert, though, should be region-based. So it doesn't matter if I'm on Nadir or, I don't know the names. Right? Hold on. Here we go. Each server names Dune. World list. Sorry, yeah. So that's the way to say it. Alright. We are on Anomaly, which is the world. No. Yeah. So there are 20 sieges on each world. Okay, yeah. So we are in the world Anomaly, Siege Nadir. And there's Abra, Arab, Ramal. It's not listing anymore, right? So Rafana, Cathid, Sandrat, Umbu, Fajir, Taber, Sahid, Macau, that sort of thing. So the Deep Desert should be relegated to the world server. So all 20 sieges can hop into the one single Deep Desert for that world. So that there's more stuff happening. And that may necessitate making the Deep Desert bigger, but I personally am okay with that. But if I'm like, ooh, I desperately need spice, there's no reason for me to go to the PvP section of the Deep Desert. And that is fine. Uh-oh. I am getting a weather warning, so it's about to start raining here. Oh, okay. No, it is raining here now. It literally just started raining. It appears then that each world and siege has their own Deep Desert server. I think, or maybe even like half and half, like two Deep Desert servers per world, sort of thing, would probably be better and just encourage stuff happen. Maybe not good stuff, but stuff happen. Yeah, so this should be a crash. There should be a crash to the north, a crash to the south. just south. If this is north, it'd be southeast of this, right? If this is the northern one, there should be another crash southwest of this, give or take, depending on how. See, I don't know how these two line up, but that means theoretically over there, if this map is correct, should be a research station in this area. Maybe. Yes. So this map is correct. Yeah. So there is no reason for sync maps to exist. There is an online service that every week updates the map so that you do not need to worry about that. Hold on. This way then? Ah, through that gap. So yeah, like my gear is good enough to deal with this stuff in this area, right? Research station, and here, yeah. So this map is accurate. Cool. Good to know. I'm actually gonna bookmark this then. Bookmark. I don't know about the loot table. Okay. And hold on. And they data mine the loot tables as well? Wow! Alright, we're just gonna head back to Haga Basin. Yeah, they data mine the loot tables as well. So, like, if I want to get an Omni-Focus Dew Scythe, that is dropping at the Forgotten, right now, a possible drop at the Forgotten Cells testing station in the G3 grid of the Deep Desert. The wreck at D3 has a 80% chance for the Baron's Blood Bag, 5 for the an engine, 5 for Tabir's soft step boots. I really want those, but I don't think I can use them. 5% for Omni Tool. The wreck, the walkway at F7, you will guaranteed to get the Penetrator. Mark 5 loot tables. Yeah. At A4 Imperial's testing station 148. Ma's correct blood bag has a chance to drop. Extravagant message. Filter extractor Mark 5. Collapsible Dew Reaper and a double sealed steel tent has a chance to drop at Imperial testing station A3, which I believe is the one we were looking at. That is... wow. Okay. Huh. And Mark 5, I think, is the best I can do. Because the Karat Viper is what I have... oh, I can't check it. Hold on. The Haga Basin. We'll swing in this way. I believe the Karat Viper is the poison melee weapon I'm using right now. So the only way to get above that is whatever Plastinium is, and I'm never gonna grab it. So the Bat-Tie still suit, I think, is the proper way to go for still suit. And I would want a full still suit. Yeah. Yeah, duraluminum ingots. is the best I could get, and I would want a full one because it would get me up to 1, 2, 3, 4. I wouldn't have an issue with like stage 4. There we go. Heat, essentially. But that is, yeah, again, method.gg / Dune Awakening / database / garments. No, sorry. That's the wrong thing. Dune Awakening / deep - desert dark dash. Let me try that again. I apologize. I don't mind using up the fuel right now. Method.gg / Dune - Awakening / deep - desert - companion. Just updates every week. Loot tables, the grid for the deep desert map, everything. But yeah, that is Dune Awakening. We are done. I might show off chapter 3 and 4 and 5. I haven't decided yet. And it depends on game schedule and that sort of thing. Let's go downstairs. Actually, can I, real quick, can I pull directly from... No. Let me grab that. Right, and then if I head downstairs... You know, I have the space. I kind of want to build a small enclave over here that's double high or triple high. So I can do 5s. So sand goes here. Melange. And residue. Sorry. Residue goes here. Melange goes here. Don't know where I got the ore. Oh, right, I picked it up. I don't know what to do with this stuff. I'll figure it out later. Alright, but now I can come in here. Source ornithopter. Boom, boom. Cool. Right, see, I don't like having to run all the way up. I might build it out here then. This way. And then I can run up here. And now I can make 34. Right? And it'll use a chunk of water, but I can get water back. And thus I make spice melange. And then I don't know what the melange is used for. I know I'm using residue for a lot. Right? And it just has its little system. But yeah, we are done with Dune. I'll say, for now. Again, my first thoughts are still the same. If you enjoy survival games, to me, it feels like a well-done survival game. I feel like I have to caveat that with, I have not played a lot of survival games, but it feels good to me. There are some minor quality of life issues, but I know they're working on things. As a single-player Dune game, it works incredibly well. PvE, that sort of thing. It's not the best PvE combat sort of thing. It's not going to stand up there with, like, my god, this combat is as good as, and this is heavy sarcasm if you're not getting this, is as good as Expedition 33, or that sort of thing. No. It is a survival game. But it tells a good story. And that story is well told. Especially for $50. Let me double check that price. Yeah, full price it is $50, right? And I have gotten, of that $50, I have gotten 80 hours of story, right? Minus the, I'll say, 30 I had to take in the recordings, so minus 30 for, I need to take time to build a base, mine some materials and that sort of thing. Didn't feel excessive, felt well paced. So that is still 40 to 50 hours of story, even if you cut out quote unquote fun. That's really good for a survival game. And again, a well-told story that is just well done. I don't know a lot of survival games that can boast that. But we are done with Dune Awakening. For now, unknown, time will tell. As is, I hope you enjoyed this playthrough. Again, the focus was on single player and story content. And I think I showed that off fairly well. And like I said, as a single player game, I feel it holds up. As a story content game, it holds up incredibly well. So yeah, if you are interested in the story of Dune, or a well-told Dune story, right? If you are interested in survival games, or any combination of those two, this game works great. It is a little on the niche side, I will say that. But it is definitely worth the $50. I strongly encourage you to go check it out. But again, as always, you know your budget better than I do. And you know your preferences better than I do. If you want to wait for it to go on sale, wait for it to go on sale and pick it up when it goes on sale. But even at full price, the game is worth it. But we are done for the day. Thank you much for joining me. Feel free to like, subscribe, and comment. Smash that bell. All that jazz. Even better, check out other videos and playthroughs I've done. Bestest, come on over and check me out when I stream live. Every Sunday through Friday, life permitting. And until we talk to each other again, remember to be kind to one another. Hello, this is Gohan the Chinchilla, and we hope you're having a good day, as do I. As always, we hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to follow, like, subscribe, or comment. Or even better, come on over to twitch.tv/SparkyTDK and watch me live every Monday through Friday. Thank you for your support.